Ukraine is ready to negotiate with Russia to end the war. This would save the lives of millions of people, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said at a press conference for international and Ukrainian media in Kyiv. The president stressed that at the beginning of the Russian-Ukrainian war, he insisted on direct negotiations with Russia, believing that dialogue through intermediaries was ineffective.
I want to stop the war and end it. There is a diplomatic path and a military one, and healthy person always chooses the diplomatic path because they know that even if it is difficult, it could stop the losses of thousands, even tens of thousands of lives, and with such neighbors, hundreds of thousands and maybe even millions of victims. This is not wanted, and any leader, whether he wants it or not, has no right to cancel the diplomatic path.
The president noted that for 60 days of full-scale war, Ukraine's international partners have already seen Russia's unwillingness to enter into peace talks.
Everybody sees that what Russia says and what Russia has been saying all this time is that Ukraine itself does not want a seat at the negotiation table to end the war. Everybody could see that it has a kind of piling up effect. Now, if we manage to do that, our trust for our partners is at the highest level, but there is no trust with Russia. Those are not synonyms, they are antonyms, Russia and trust.
The negotiation process with Russia was the topic of a telephone conversation between Volodymyr Zelensky and Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. The Ukrainian leader stressed the need to urgently resolve the issue of the blockade of Mariupol and the evacuation of people and military from Azovstal. Official Istanbul is doing the best to make sure that Putin and Zelensky will meet, says expert Petro Oleshuk. But it is difficult to predict whether this will happen, because Moscow does not want to end the war.
Unfortunately, we do not see any realism on Russia's part yet. We see first a twisting of absolutely idiotic propaganda and attempts to use this propaganda in order to continue the war, in order to send new forces to the front, in order to somehow try to reverse the situation in its favor. But we see that Turkey probably really wants the war to end, to have some agreements.
But it is very difficult to understand Putin's logic, says Oleshuk. If the Ukrainian president said that he is ready to discuss with the Russian president the withdrawal of Russian troops, the issue of Donbas and Crimea and the territorial integrity of Ukraine, the Russian side is doing everything to close the possibility for further negotiation process with new, monstrous statements.
Just when we think that they have already reached the limit of bestial cruelty and criminality, they show us some new examples. Russian propagandists broke the news about some kind of parade of Ukrainian prisoners. I don't know where, on May the 9th. It is absolutely obvious that this is a violation of all international conventions. This is mockery of people, moreover it's public mockery, and they declare it.
However, attempts to end the war through negotiations must continue, said the expert, because it helps to organize humanitarian corridors and arrange the exchange of prisoners. These issues are the main reason why the negotiation process between two countries has not yet been completed. However, Volodymyr Zelensky has already warned that there are red lines for negotiations. Ukraine will leave it if Russia will continue killing people in Mariupol and hold pseudo-referendums in the temporarily occupied territories. Reported by Roman Smoler, Natalia Belokudria, UATV.